Welcome to houseimprovements.com. I'm Shannon, and I want to show you in a video today how you could remove a piece of vinyl siding in the middle of a wall. So let's just say that you had some damage on a piece of siding from some hail, or maybe the barbecue melted it or something like that, and we want to remove this piece right here that's in the middle of the wall. I'm going to show you how to do that. One of the first things you're going to need is you're going to need this tool. At least it'll make it a lot easier if you have this tool. And it can be bought at most of the different siding supply places or the big box stores. They'll generally have this in their siding area or their tool section. So what it is with this little hook on the end, you can actually force that up in the joint of the siding to get that bottom of the siding lip unhooked from the row below it. So the process is we're removing this piece right here, but we first need to unhook this piece so we can get at the nailing flange of this one. Okay, so I've got to take my tool, and you can do it in the middle of a piece of siding, or if I went way down to the side, I can get to a joint and get it started in a little easier. But I'm just going to do it this way just because this is the hardest way to do it, just to show you. So I'm just kind of manipulating the siding up with my thumb a little bit, and I'm jamming this up in there until it gets hooked on the bottom edge of the siding. And then I just want to kind of gently pry it loose until I can get my finger in here now. Now I can work my way along and undo this upper row of siding. Okay, now down at this end, you can see we're inside of a piece of J-channel on the edge. So I'm not going to play with that too much because you take the chance of either damaging the J-channel or the siding. So I'm going to wait until I've got the nails out of this piece, because I might not have to manipulate that too much depending how it's nailed. So with that loose now, you can see it's exposed our existing nails in that row of siding that we're wanting to actually remove. Okay? So now it's just a simple process of either unhooking the siding off the nails if that's the case, or simply pulling the nails out. You're going to find that if the siding's been on for a while, there's going to be a fair bit of dirt and stuff up in there, so don't be surprised. Vinyl siding is not really waterproof or dustproof or anything like that, so it tends to gather a little bit of dust and dirt up inside of it. So I've got two more nails left here. You can see they're actually coming out quite easy. Now I've got this last one here, and like I said, I'm trying not to damage this piece above too much, so there, I got all those nails out pretty easily. It might be a little harder sometimes than that. So this is the piece we're wanting out. I'm back here at a joint. Actually, let's touch on something. So let's say you've got some damage right here, wherever in this piece, and you really only need to change this much siding, and maybe that's all you have for leftovers from the original job is shorter pieces, so you don't want to take a whole long chunk off. So what you can do is remove the piece that you need off that has the damage, take it off, cut out the damage, cut it to 3 feet or whatever you've got for a piece for the patch, and then you can put it back together using a part of the old one and your new one. Just remember, you've got to cut the new one long enough so that you get your proper lapping. You can see here the proper lapping on all the joints. So you can't just simply cut out a piece and cut your new piece to that exact same length. It's going to have to be longer because it needs to lap onto the piece down there and lap onto this piece. But anyways, so now that we've got the nails all out, I can just get a hold of this and unsnap it, and it comes right out. Okay? So this siding's actually coming off anyways, but I'm just going to show you now putting it back on. So let's just say we went and cut our piece that we want to put back on. I can walk up to the wall, snap it in like normal, get it all lined up. Obviously cut it long enough so it laps onto the piece beside it properly, and you get your proper spacing down in the J-channel or whatever's going on at that end. I've got this one straggler nail here that I never pulled out the first time. Okay, so we've got it snapped in on the bottom. We're just going to simply go back and re-nail it on, and I'm just holding this piece up kind of up out of the way, or maybe you've got some help with you, they can hold it out of the way. Remember, you don't want to nail vinyl siding tight. You want to leave about a dime thickness of space between the back side of the nail head and the nailing flange of the siding. Space your nails about every 12 to 16 inches if you can. Try to nail in the center of that nailing slot. You can see they're slotted. And that's to allow the siding to be able to move as it expands and contracts with the temperature changes. So I'll just finish nailing this off. Okay, so we've got it back in. Something that'll help you kind of determine your height is should be able to see the old nail holes where the old siding was nailed. So that'll tell you if you've got it stretched up to the same position that the old one was. So now we've got that one nailed in, and we need to get this one hooked back into it again. So I'm going to go down to this end because I can see that this has gotten kind of twisted up in the J channel again. I'm just going to manipulate it back into the J channel where it's supposed to be. I'm going to use my tool again to get hooked on this bottom lip and kind of get it started. So I'm kind of forcing down with my hand and pulling down on the tool to kind of get that lip started in there. Typically I would go from that end to this end because it's more comfortable for me, but we'll just continue on this way since I started it here. I'm just kind of forcing it back in there. Twisting that bottom lip so it'll hook back in. We got it so far. I'm going to come from this end now. When you get to a joint, you'll have to fiddle a little bit to get it started again. Get your tool out, and it's all locked in. So it's really not that difficult, and like I said, this tool, I don't exactly know how much it costs. We'll include a link to this tool in our description of the video, but you should be able to order one, and it's well worth it, even if you only got one piece to do. I know these aren't that expensive. But yeah, so it's really as simple as that. So that's an end to a nice short video for you, just showing you how to change that piece of siding. And we appreciate if you give us the thumbs up if you liked what we did, and you can leave a comment below or go to the forum if you have a question. Post your question up there. You can check us out on Patreon, Facebook, and what else? Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching.